I want to tell you about my striker. The magic in all of this is the striker. And if you've been using one of these calls very long, you know that. And most people have, oh my, they may have, I've asked hunters and they say, oh, I've got 13 strikers I carry. And I'm like, man, anyway, here a few years back, I was contemplating this striker scenario. Big strikers, heavy strikers, all kinds of. As you know, if you're a dedicated friction call person, you know what I'm saying. I mean, there's no end to the combinations. And I was contemplating an adjustable striker. And I tell everybody, I looked down one day and I saw this right here that I have in my hand. And it's foolproof. I have good calls, and there are a lot of other good calls out there, tons and tons of them. I'll guarantee this striker 100%. It works, and it will not wear out. It has a threaded insert in it with a thumb screw, and you just tighten it up. You put pressure, you mash these two components together just like they're glued, and then you quickly loosen it off, and it moves. This is so. Of course, the turkey's hearing is so keen. When you change the length of this 1/8 of an inch, that bird can hear it. We hear about every half on a call. He can hear every eighth. And I'm gonna show you a little bit about what this striker can do. Now I'm gonna shorten it down to where the shaft is sticking out around 3 inches or so. And I want you to hear this yelp that it will make. I call it the sad yelp or the lonesome yelp. Now listen to this. Oh, I hit a little screech there. That's not good. Let me do it on petrified wood. It works the same on the petrified wood, exactly the same. Now I'm gonna move it up. Obviously about a half where you can hear it. That's about a half, and you should be able to hear the difference. We can on a half an inch. All right. I can already hear it. I hope you can out there. Then I'm gonna move it up another half. Now when it gets about 3.5, 4 inches long, this thing will start purring pretty easy. I guarantee you're going to hear the difference this time. I know you can hear the difference on that one. So just think from about right here on up, every 1/8 of an inch there's a different sound. I'm going to move on up to about the range where it normally, I call it tunes up, where it's sort of about where we'll normally want to play it. Now you're obviously, of course, going to hear the difference here. I moved it a little over an inch. Now, I made 4,000 of these calls, of these strikers by hand. And what I've done on the first, and if you buy one of my products right now, I have these packaged with my call. I've been tipping these with an acrylic tip on the other side. So if you get one of these strikers, what it's got, kind of a little bonus thing I'm throwing in, you've got the sound over here, plus you've got this sound. And you'll clearly hear the difference between the two. I mean, it's just unbelievable that, as I said earlier, and I don't have to, if you're what I call a seasoned hunter, I don't have to tell you that this is the magic. This is the magic. And this concept, I call it as simple as falling off a log. And it's foolproof. And I'm telling you, this striker right here, I'm going to have it on the market in another year or so. And I'm going to an injection mold, and I'll have a light head and a dark head. It's going to be 2 different weights. And this is a product that everybody's going to need in their bag, because as I told a gentleman a year or two ago, you can leave that bag of 13 strikers at home and pack you a Coke and some cake, and this will take the place of all of that other stuff.